We got people who are really doing some good things. Shout out to Jose Vega and his campaign staffer. So you might know him, Kynan, who did a fantastic job of confronting not one, not two, not three, but 4 editors and reporters in Columbia's School of Journalism in New York City. That's right. So he decided to make them speechless. And if we want to see a work of art, somebody owning the establishment, someone showing these corporate jagoffs just what's what, let's go ahead and pull up this video. Now, this isn't Jose Vega, but is one of his campaign staffers, and we've had Kynan on the show before. Let's go ahead and play this video. And why don't all of you just sit back and relax and watch how the audience reacts to this too, because they're going to give their simple answer. This event isn't for you. This event isn't for you. Be polite, be nice. Even though these same media outlets, The Guardian, Politico, New York Times, you know, all of them, VOX, they're all more than happy to be pro-war.
You know, can we actually talk about something real now? I mean, the UN, the United Nations, has just passed a resolution for an immediate ceasefire during the holiday of Ramadan. And Kirby and Matt Miller of the State Department has said that such resolution is non-binding. I mean, has the media reported that? I mean, Craig Mokhiber, who headed the Human Rights Council in New York for the UN, he's left his position. I'm sure you wouldn't leave your positions in the media because you're more concerned about your own career than actually telling the truth. But the United States has already destroyed the international legal framework. Democracy, is that why democracy is on the brink?
Yes, don't you love it? Democracy on the brink. What do you mean democracy's on the brink? It's already gone. Okay? Like it's gone. Thanks to Citizens United, because of the decision where money is speech and corporations are people, our entire system has been bought by the top 1%. Our politicians don't even represent us anymore. Hell, the number one concern of these politicians is, number one, making their donors happy, and number two, making sure their portfolios are still profitable.
What about in Ukraine? What has the media said that's actually been right about Ukraine? We have a meat grinder there now, 500,000 dead Ukrainians, because the media was trying to build up support for us for the Biden administration sending weapons, and it's a total meat grinder. Ukraine is not going to win. It's actually going to lead to nuclear war. Why don't we talk about something real? You know what the French president had said? You know what Macron had said?
Now, mind you, this is Columbia University, a place of journalism. They're saying, sit down, sit down, sit down. These are the same people who would tweet out, I'm that guy crossing his arm while everyone's giving the Nazi salute. No, most people will be complicit and comply. All these people say, I would do this, I would do that if I was born in this time. If I was alive during the Civil War era, I would have helped free the slaves. If I was alive during World War II, I would have been part of the resistance. No, you would not have. No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't be part of that at all, period.
Macron is saying that he's going to send troops, unilaterally send troops to Ukraine. What's going to happen?
Stop it.
That's going to lead to World War III. That will lead to nuclear war. Is that why democracy is on the brink? Huh? What about, where are the Cy Hirsches of the media who broke the story about Nord Stream? You all undermine that story, okay? This is a total facade. They're not talking about real issues. We are on the brink of.
Why don't you just leave the room? They're saying, leave the room. Mind you, these are the journalists up there, right? These are probably the same people who were either that silent or complied along with statements like, oh yeah, there was Russia collusion in the 2016 election, or oh yeah, the Hunter Biden laptop story is fake news. These are probably also people who were under the tutelage of the same people who said, yeah, there's WMDs in Iraq, right? Same corporate media. And all the while, everyone's been drumming the drums for war. Never forget, like way back in 2022 when the Times Magazine had, good old Zelensky on the front cover, all heroic. And then the year after, a man all alone. Remember that? Hey, this is the same corporate media, be it printed press or from cable news, that has turned a blind eye to what's happening in Gaza. So they say democracy is on the brink, journalism ethics. What did they have any principles? It's like that scene from Succession where Greg is saying to Tom, working at ATN, it's like against my principles. And what does Tom say to Greg? Greg, you don't have any principles. Name one. And Greg says, well, I'm against racism. And Tom just says, yeah, everyone's against racism. Everyone's against racism. I'm against racism. And then Greg goes on to say, yeah, I'm also saying that the news shouldn't lie. And Tom responds back, bullshit. The world is not a Charles Dickens novel, okay? And the thing is, a lot of these people up there on that stage don't have principles. They'll sell them out just so they can do their story, their articles, and get access, and also to be on the stage.
World War III right now, and all these people here will tell you that Trump is the problem, that the election is going to be the problem. No, democracy is on the brink. We're going to go to World War III. What? Why don't you say something about that? Okay. No, why don't you address my question? No, I want them to address it right now. No. Why don't you address the question? You're not talking about anything real here.
We have a program here.
So leave. That's all they're saying. Leave. We look at this again. This is Columbia Journalism, the Craig Newmark Center for Journalism, Ethics, and Security. These people don't have principles. Democracy on the brink. Is the press up to the task? Hey, folks, let's have democracy in the chat. Type 1 for Kit, you awful man. You awful, sexist, bigoted, stupid man. You cis man. How dare you? The press is up for the task. You'll see it. They're doing the job. Maybe you should pay attention more. The press has never lied to the American people. Type 2 for no, man. The press ain't up for the task, man. They're owned by corporations. What a silly question, you silly goose. You silly goose. Is the press up to the task? You know the answer. I wonder how many twos will get in the chat. I wonder.
What about the genocide in Gaza? Are you going to address that?
Gotta love it. The journalist says, you're blocking my view. Sit down.
Can you address that right now?
Can we get security maybe? Yeah, it's enough. Sit down.
You're not going to address the genocide. What is American democracy then?
It's time to go.
Time to go.
We will get up and take this down.
Sit down, sir.
Address the question, please.
We are in the middle of conversation here
about nothing that actually matters.
Others want to listen to it. This event is not for you. Please, can you understand that? Be respectful.
These are all people who suffer from Trump derangement syndrome. Watch, these are the same people who are going to say, "I have to leave the country." If Trump gets elected, these are going to be the same people who are going to make that dramatic post, "I have to leave America because Trump's president." Or either that'll be like, "America truly is a racist country. Trump's president again." Oh no. They're also the same people like, "Shame on you third party people for voting for third parties. Because of you, we now have Trump." I welcome their hate. Oh God, I can't wait for it. I'm gonna be like, "Yeah, I did it. Come and get me." Let's rewind that again.
Can you address that right now?
Can we get security maybe? Yeah, it's enough. Sit down.
You're not going to address the genocide. What is American democracy then?
It's time to go. We will get up and take this down.
Sit down, sir.
Address the question, please.
We are in the middle of conversation here
about nothing that actually matters.
Others want to listen to it. This event is not for you. Please, can you understand that? Be respectful. This is not your event. This is not your event.
It's not your event, so screw it. Why even get involved? How dare you bring up things that actually matter? How dare you actually have the audacity to be speaking truth to power? How dare you challenge the authorities? How dare you challenge the powers that be? Because these are the same people who then dictate to you just how democracy is at risk, why third parties are a problem, why independents are a problem, why speaking out to your mind is a problem, and just so all you know, I mean, these are the same people. These are the same people like a year ago. a year ago, where Jose Vega confronted the editors of the New York Times. And I want to play this video. This is of last year. Last year. I want to play this video for all of you when Jose Vega confronted him.
Oh, is this the lecture hall with Seymour Hersh? I'm looking for the one with Seymour Hersh because it's a policy and press hall event. So shouldn't we be talking about the Nord Stream since that's the biggest story of the century?
Again, this is last year, though, from 2023. The video that I played was from yesterday.
And you guys, you know, I mean, you have the executive editor of the New York Times there who came out with a phony story to try and block Seymour Hersh. It's just kind of funny how that happened, you know? I mean, did you even acknowledge Seymour Hersh? All of you are executive editors of papers that broke Pentagon, My Lai, Watergate. Is this the same papers or not? I mean, is there anything you've gotten right in the last 20 years, or am I mistaken about that? I mean, it's just kind of funny because Iraq, wrong. Syria, wrong. Russiagate, really wrong. Okay, I mean, the list goes on and on. So the last thing you could do to try and actually fix your reputation is acknowledge that through leaks, we had to find out that Zelensky was going to bomb Moscow on the anniversary. I mean, if you're so impartial, shouldn't you at least say, right, that Zelensky was going to bring us on the verge of World War III?
Isn't it funny seeing these same white liberals at these university halls and events who just say, shut up, shut up. We got to stop Trump. Shut up. Shut up. We got to stop Russia. Russia's coming around. Shut up. Stop speaking the truth. Shut up.
That seems pretty fair. While Julian Assange rots in prison, all of you got, you know, fat checks because he's in jail for doing your job. And you know what? Tucker Carlson ain't no Seymour Hersh. But he did something you guys are scared to do. Speak the truth and actually be critical of the war, which is why he was actually fired from VOX, because you are all cowards, every single one of you. None of you have actually had any relevancy.
Don't you like how the guy right there in the back is just saying, hey, I'm tapping you on the shoulder. Get out of here.
You know what? The mainstream press is now dying. Nobody's ever going to listen to you again. You have no credibility with the public. The only people who care about what you have to say are elite assholes who have nothing.
Somebody's like, stop it. Somebody stop him.
Productive to say anymore. And it's dying off. So will you at least say something either about Nord Stream or Ukraine or the fact that Zelensky brought us to the verge of World War III and the only reason we knew about that was through leaks? Go ahead. It's a free speech event, right? You guys are the press. Let's say something here, Mr. Khan.
You gotta love the audience, right? Shut up! Somebody shot him. Somebody stop him. Somebody stop him.
Come on, you know you're the executive editor of the New York Times. You know, I'm just trying to get into some good trouble here, man. Woo, listen, Karen, get out of my face for a second. I gotta talk to these gentlemen. Okay. Well, I just want to hear what they have to say. Go ahead. I'm done.
Wait your turn.
You're not gonna tell them to. Go.
Wait your turn.
You could project if we can't.
I would just say I think it's important to hear everybody's point of view.
Yeah.
So thank you.
All right.
I do think that we need to give our moderator a chance to ask other questions.
We're on the verge of World War III. Let's go.
Really,
Let's go.
thank you.
Say something about this bombing. We blew up the Nord Stream pipeline. Listen, don't stand there while there are people rotting in prison. Nobody said anything about Uhuru, right? The socialists who are in jail for being critical of this war. God damn it. Let's go. Let's go. At least say something about the people in jail for being critical of this war. They don't deserve to be in prison right now.
And that's the brave people. These are the people who will tell you, we gotta be resistant against Trump. These are the people who will tell you that democracy is on the brink. Little do they know that democracy was sold a long, long time ago. So shout out to Jose Vega and his campaign staffer, Kynan, who was able to speak truth to power, but also more importantly, again, looking at those two videos, one was from yesterday, April 1st, April Fool's Day of all days, and the other one was from last year in 2023. how much things have not changed since then, as we are still on the brink of conflict, never-ending conflict. These forever wars are forever destroying not only our lives, but putting us as a whole species at risk. Keep your heads on a swivel, folks, and just remember, corporate media is not designed to empower you. It's supposed to make you complicit and comply with what the rules are, what the establishment rules are.